Page 15, I've got sixpence. Now this is the first page of Unit 2. On the previous page, page 14, they did a test for Unit 1. I'll try and go over a few of these that I can as far as this video goes. I can't give you all the answers to them, but I'll cover a few of the points at the end of this video. You'll see a starting time for the test in the description if I can remember to put it in. As far as I've got sixpence, let's talk that. Talking about transposing up above, I'll come back to the transposing. I don't really teach transposition, but we can talk about it as far as what they're presenting here. And I got sixpence. This is in the key of G major. It's got one sharp. All the F's are sharped. And you're starting out here. Skip the X and the skip and the little things they've got written in. That's through here. And then the left hand. See the dotted lines? That's telling you the melody's going down. It's all melody. Then you get your chords. One chord, 5/7 chord. And then here, 4 chord. Real short little piece, isn't it? That's really about all it is. As far as how fast you go, I don't care how fast. It's a happy piece. I guess they've got sixpence and they're going to the mall or something. I'm not sure what's going on there. Now if you look at the third line down, that's in the key of C major. It's the I've Got Sixpence song, but been transposed to C major. All we're doing is look at the sixpence. You're in this position in the key of G major. I'm in a G position where the one chord is there. Well, if I want to go to C major, then I simply move the hands to a C position. Some C, it doesn't matter which ones, it's a C position. And then the way we typically do it is we just use the same finger. So if I use a 3 and a 1, I'm going to use the 3 and a 1 here. That's transposing it. The problem I have is you're just remembering the fingers you're using. That's not, no. What we need you to do is keep in mind the intervals. So I'm here and I go down a third. And then a fourth, that's a fourth. See, 3, 4, use the same intervals. Here, go down a third, then a fourth. Follow the same intervals. That's reliable. That you can count on. Fingering will change. So it takes a little practice in getting used to seeing these intervals, but you can learn to see them rather quickly. And you can look at the music and say, oh, those two notes, that's a third apart. You just instantly know it. So when you're in C, you'll see those notes, and you say, oh, it's a third apart. So I'll just go down a third, and the next one's a fourth down, and you'll just learn to do that. As far as the chords go, when you're transposing, you pretty much have to read the numbers, not the notes. So one chord, if I'm in C, it's a 1 chord, a 5/7 chord, 1, 4, and that tells me the chords I need. Now if I go into the key of F, it's the same thing. I go to F position. Remember there's a flat, a B flat here. So it's here, start with third finger, go down a third, then a fourth, and then the chords for the left hand is the 1 chord, 5/7 chord, 4 chord. I'm reading the chord name. I can go to any key and apply that same logic, and I can play it in any key. Doing that just right now, we stick with these keys because that's what you've been exposed to so far. I'll let you do the transposing. I don't really get into that. However, I do want to double check notes and rhythms because they are so important. Maybe this is simple enough that you don't need it, but I still want to go over it just to make sure. So I'll give us 4 counts and let's play this, just the 2 lines, just to make sure. Go ahead and put your hands where they go, and here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4, off. Now on page 14 there is a test. I want to go over a few of these things for you. Number 1, an interval is the distance in pitch between two, fill in the blank, and the answer is notes. 2 notes, any 2 notes, wherever, the interval. Okay. Number 2, label these intervals, and I can't write them in for you, but the first one, that's a second, 1, 2. Next one, it's a fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4. The next one, it's a sixth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then a fifth, and then here, that's an octave, that's easy, F to F, A to A, D to D, if it's the same letter, it's an octave. And then here, there's a note in between, you know it's a third. And then here is another sixth, and lastly is a seventh. It's intervals. Number 3, look through this book or any music and find 4 Italian tempo markings. Have a ball at it. Most any Italian or markings you find for tempo are going to be in Italian. Just make sure it's tempo markings. Number 4, the French word étude means study. An étude is a study piece. We'll get more into that a little later. Number 5, the primary chords in a key are built on which degrees? That's the number. 1, we also called steps in a scale. The 1, the 4, and the 5, 7. Number 6, show how the primary chords are formed in this key. Well, the key is C, and they've got the chords labeled. See, in the key of C, the first 5 notes in the key of C are these. That's the 5 notes given. But the primary chords are only using the 1, the 4, and the 5 steps, or degrees, however you want to call it. So we simply do that. We have there's the 1 chord, and the 4 chord is here. It's an F chord, although we put the C on the bottom. Because we're here, I don't want to move the hand, so we're here. That's the 4 chord, and then the G chord is the 5 chord. But again, since we're down here, I want an arrangement of this that's close to here. So what I do is I simply move these, I leave the thumb where it is, move these down. That's a 5 chord. So 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord. Now, actually, normally we do the 5, 7 chord. So if I take a G chord, that's a 5 chord. And I add another note to it. Notice I skip a note each time. That makes it a 5, 7 chord because the distance between these 2 notes is a 7th, the top and the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm adding the 7th to the chord. It makes it a 5, 7 chord or a G 7 chord, but I don't have to use all the notes. And normally we would leave out this note or this note, or both. So in here, I can go here. That's this arrangement. I just put this on top. I leave out that note. So it's here. I could have left out this note and put this. That's another way of doing 5, 7. Or I could leave them both out and just do this. That's another 5, 7. There's different arrangements of this, but in this book so far they're doing this arrangement. Just leave this note out. And that's the 5, 7 chord. Number 7, syncopation is caused by a shift in the music's natural beat. That's one way of saying it. I have a different definition. Number 8, play this rhythm on any black key. Well, it's here. Let's just pick a black key, and it's in 4/4 time. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and rest, and 3, and 4. 1, and 2, and 3, and rest, and. Oh, I'm good. Oh. Number 9, harmonize this line in F major. They've given you the chord names up here. And F chord is a 1 chord in the key of F. And a B flat chord is a 4 chord in the key of F. And a C7 is a 5/7 chord in the key of F. That's harmonizing. Yay team. It would really help, especially if you want to get into improvising and things. You got to get good at this. So make sure you understand that. Number 10, label these key signatures. Well, the first one is 1 sharp, and that is the key of G. The next one is no sharps or flats, and yes, that's a key signature. Not having any is still a key signature. That's the key of C. And the last one is the key, 1 flat, that's the key of F.